Welcome back to another Bacon Chicken Beer. It's Saturday the 5th of October 2019 and we're just getting into spring and the weather is absolutely fantastic. I haven't been out in the shop much, been kind of hibernating over winter. I've been super busy with the day job, but things are getting a bit quiet now and back out here and making a mess. So on my old workbench I had holes drilled and I just used these two bolts to bolt it on to the bench. But now I'm going to use some scraps here and just bolt it onto these scraps, and I'll screw that onto there, and I'll just chuck it in there and clamp it on. Try not to drill into my wood vise. It's too far. I've just got to make sure that the rear jaw here isn't obstructed by the platform down below there. So that really needs to come right up to the front. The bottom of the vise has a little alignment pin which I need to drill a relief hole for. That looks to be about 5 mil. This bolt's going to have to come off after I bolt it down. You're not going to put any more on top?
No, it'll fall over. I'm going to take these three off.
So I got one of these digital wangle finders. Wixie Digital Dangle Ragers. Dixie. You put it on your saw blade and it finds the angle of the dangle. So I got one of these Dixie Digital Fangor gauges. Pretty cool thing. First time I used it, I put it on my saw upside down because, you know, southern hemisphere thing. Minus 179.4 degrees. Something the big YouTubers aren't telling me about this thing. On closer inspection, 0 button. Yeah, zero. You use it to set the angle of your table saw blade. And I met an interesting woman once, just out by the bushes at the back of the pub where I started going to drink every night after I'd been married a few years. And she told me you don't need one of these to figure out the real age of a man. Just use the rule of thumb. So you got your teenager, 20s, 30s, 40s and 50s. Yeah, that's how that works. So now when I turn it up the right way, she's reading 179.5 degrees. Comment below if you know how to fix this. I don't know if my table saw works upside down. I'm just watching JP Struttin. He's got a really cool channel. He's in Tokyo, in Japan, and he makes some really cool stuff. He gets into a bit of welding, bit of woodwork, and all kinds of materials, and makes an awesome video with a story as well. So I got this piece of scrap here, which I picked up at one of the local cabinet makers. It's got to be a good 25 mil or so, 25 mil piece of plywood. And I thought that might make a nice push block kind of thing for the saw. Somewhere along the lines of this, but putting the handle in here. And I'll give that away to Ned, old Ned Van G.
Hey fellas.
He's currently in the motions to buy the same saw as mine. It's the Hafco Woodmaster, 3 horsepower, 10 inch. He'll know by the end of the week whether he's getting it. I went onto Amazon and bought a bunch of stuff. See a bit of a smile there, more like a bit of a smirk actually, because this got caught up in customs. I had to pay tariffs. Anyway, I've got a couple of these push pad thingies. Going to be pretty handy. Made this guy when I bought the jointer. And I put this heel foot thing on here and I put screws in from the bottom. And one of the viewers on my channel Said that that made him nervous in case the blade ever hit that screw, or these screws here. Damn, son, been haunting me ever since. I picked up a couple of these packs of bridge clamps, 4-inch, for the dust collection build out that I'm doing. And these are really nice because they have this this bridge here which straddles across the wire winding inside the coil of the hose, and doesn't crush the wire in there, and keeps a nice constant contact and powerful hold. I've been watching Legacy Toolworks as well, which is another new channel on the scene, and I think the guy's name is Tom. He does some pretty cool videos where he does like 1 hour challenge, and he makes a thing in 1 hour, or he makes knives and
so it's a trial run basically. I can't wait to get this done. Thanks for following me today, and let's get into it. Okay, here we go.
And I've got a whole heap of stuff coming up that I want to do. Just really don't have enough time to tackle all the projects that I want to have a try. One of the things I'm going to do is try and rebuild my workshop, change the layout. That rack there takes up quite a big chunk of this area in front of the window, so I want to move that to the other side. And that big one there, that kind of blocks the entrance to the outside of the garage, so I want to make the ingress and egress through there instead of out through the side where it is now. So I'm going to have to get myself a shed for outside to put that big rack in, and get rid of all the stuff like the lawnmower and the chainsaws and all that stuff. That's going to be a big project over summer. I'll take you outside now and show you what I'm working on. I picked up these old chairs from a dump near work, and I'm gonna make these into my entry for the Rockler Bentwood Challenge. I'm in the process of getting rid of all this horrible old green paint and rust, and got one over here that I've stripped back almost. So it's been a bit of a job to get that down to the middle. Still got flakes of paint that I need to get off, and then I'm going to be able to paint these up real nice. And I have some wood for the bent wood part, which is going to go on the seat here and the curved back. So not a massive amount of bending in these wood components, but you know, it's going to be fun to enter that competition, or that challenge. And also I'm going to have some nice little chairs at the end of it. So thanks for joining me on this bacon chicken beer, and I'm going off to watch rugby now. I'm going to watch Japan play, and we're going to watch England and some other team. And yeah, it's Rugby World Cup, so good luck to everyone who's in it, and I'll catch you on the next one.